But there's nothing on the monitor. There we go. Tonight on Newswatch 18, find out who will be deciding the future of Vicia.
And we've got some sad news about the Ames Dollar Theater.
Find out which award Melvin Edgem is taking home.
Some areas in the Midwest saw some impressive snow on Wednesday. We'll go over totals, plus talk about your Iowa forecast tonight on Newswatch 18.
This is Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Newswatch 18. I'm Kyle Steingraber.
And I'm Cody Peterson. Thanks for joining us. After the cancellation of Vicia 2014, Iowa State University President Stephen Leith has named a task force to discuss and determine the future of the tradition. Tom Hill, Senior Vice President for Student Affairs, will be the chair of the task force. There are 19 voting members of the task force and one non-voting member. The task force is to report recommendations to President Leith regarding the future of Vicia by the end of June.
ISU's Team Prism has begun designing their 12th solar car. The team hopes to build the three-wheeled car with a finished, sleek, aerodynamic frame. The car has to last for approximately 8 days over 1,700 miles of cross-country racing. The racing season begins on July 14th and runs through the 19th.
The Ames Laboratory has a new director. Adam Schwartz has been appointed to the position and will begin his duties on June 2nd. Schwartz currently serves as a division leader at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. Schwartz will also be a tenured professor in materials science and engineering here at Iowa State.
Barbara Caldwell, an associate professor of integrated studio arts and art education, was awarded the Ziegfeld Service Award from the United States Society for Education Through Art. This award is given to those who have made outstanding contributions to art education through their research and writing, as well as their professional and community service. Caldwell has been teaching at Iowa State since 1996 and has been on the board at the Society for Education for 18 years.
Months of maintenance are coming to an end in Stevens Auditorium. Restoration and maintenance on the Silver Code curtain began in August and is scheduled to be finished at the end of April. The 80 by 35 foot curtain weighs about 3,000 pounds and cleaning it takes several intricate steps. The curtain has been in Stevens since 1969 and is still used for performances today.
Cheap entertainment may not be so easy to come by at the end of this month. The North Grand 5 movie theater will be closing on April 19th. More commonly known as the Dollar Theater due to their lowered ticket prices, the theater is very common among locals and college students. A spokesperson for GK Development Incorporated stated that it was a corporate decision to shut down the theater. Cinemark Theaters is the corporate owner of both the Dollar Theater and Movies 12 in Ames, which will soon be the only movie theater in town.
On Wednesday night, the Greenlee School of Journalism and Communication presented the one-woman play Red Hot Patriot, the kick-ass wit of Molly Ivins, at the City Auditorium. The play portrayed the life and entity of political commentator and author Molly Ivins, who was well known for her outspoken columns. Ivins died in 2007, but her wit lives on through her writings. Ivins was a strong believer in freedom of speech and press and didn't hesitate to utilize those rights. The play was part of the annual First Amendment Day celebration.
A recent study has shown that the wine industry in Iowa is on the rise. Iowa has seen an increase in open wineries and gallons of wine produced. Viticulture specialist Mike White said the increase is due to a recent culture change in the Midwest, including more winery weddings and summer concerts. The full impact of wine and grapes reached $420 million in 2012 compared to $234 million in 2008.
3 more arrests have been made in relation to the riots during Vicia. Tucker Henderson, 22 of Ames, Austin Burbridge, 19 of Ames, and Marvin Thomas, 20 of Ankeny, were arrested and charged with second-degree criminal mischief, a Class D felony. Henderson was identified as one of the suspects who pushed down a light pole. Burbridge and Thomas were seen flipping a car. All 3 were identified through pictures and videos from the riot.
Volleyball turned into volley brawl tonight at Lead Recreation Center. Freshman Council created the event to support youth and shelter services, with all proceeds going towards the organization. The game's played the same as regular volleyball, only with a volleyball that's about 40 inches in diameter. The event began at 6 p.m. and is scheduled to continue until 10. The Freshman Council hopes to build this into a springtime tradition to pair with their winter fundraiser, the Jingle Jog.
And now we're joined by Han here at the desk. Han, Melvin Ejim keeps racking up more awards.
Yeah, you know he brought home an award. I'll tell you more. You're watching Newswatch 18.
The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids.
For more simple ways to fight the flu, visit www.flu.gov.
Iowa State men's basketball star and Big 12 Player of the Year, Melvin Ejim, reached another award this year after having a record-breaking season. Along with many of his other accolades, Ejim earned Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year. A senior in history, Ejim averaged almost 18 points a game and over 8 rebounds a game, while also holding an impressive 3.7 grade point average. Gymnast Michelle Sheely also received Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year after being honored to the academic Big 12 team 3 other years. The senior in elementary education, Sheely was an All-American in beams last season. Iowa State softball continued their season Tuesday with a doubleheader against North Dakota. The Cyclones defeated North Dakota earlier in the season 13-2 after just 5 innings, and they had no troubles against them again in their recent match. Iowa State won their first game of the doubleheader against North Dakota 10-7, while also winning the second 16-7 in 5 innings once again. In those 2 matches, Iowa State hit 3 doubles, and also a triple. 2 of the Cyclones' doubles came from sophomore Allie Kappert, while the other double came from freshman Rachel Hartman. With Iowa State women's basketball in the books, the team looks for the future in hopes of improving. As for senior Hallie Christopherson, she'll hopefully be finding her improvement in the Women's National Basketball Association. After unfortunately not being selected in the 2014 WNBA draft Monday night, Christopherson did sign with a free agent contract with the Phoenix Mercury to attend their camp. Both Christopherson and Iowa State head coach Bill Funley are excited about the opportunity Christopherson is receiving, as a roster spot in the WNBA is a huge honor that not many athletes get to experience. And that's all I have for your Cyclone sports. Corey, what can we be expecting for Easter weekend?
Well, we have some warmer weather in the forecast. I'll tell you when you can expect to see temperatures back into the 70s next in Newswatch 18 forecast. Stay with us.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
It threatens the lives of more than 15 million Americans.
Like heart disease.
Like heart disease.
Its symptoms can be misleading.
Like diabetes, it's biologically based.
And like cancer, it can be fatal.
It is depression.
And like other life-threatening illnesses,
depression can be treated.
Which means there's hope. Hope.
There's hope for everyone who has it. Learn more at depressionisreal.org.
can't be happening. Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just there was I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name's Reggie. Just recently, my wife and I took in her sister's children. Now, we already had 4, so I went from becoming a family man to a man with a bigger family. Now, you can't eat love, so I don't know how I'm gonna feed them tonight. How was that, Rich?
I think I look more like Denzel.
That's cold, man.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
The time is now 8:44. Welcome back to Newswatch 18. Meteorologist Corey Hargeth here with you on your Thursday night. We continue to have a few problems with our weather computers here, so you're going to have to bear with me as we get through the forecast here tonight. Our friends up to the north of Minnesota hit another round of winter weather on Wednesday, and we had some very high snow totals out of the system. Now, while April snow is not all that uncommon, seeing totals like we're about to go through definitely are. Some of the bigger totals, Sandstone had 15 inches of snow, Litchfield 14 inches, Malacca 12.5, and Annandale had 10 inches of snow out of the system on Wednesday. So definitely a very interesting snow system up that way. Back in Iowa, we started on the cool side for today, and we really did not rebound all that much throughout the daytime hours. Morning lows were in the 30s across much of the state, with Ames at 32, Des Moines at 35, and Carroll, one of our warmer spots, at 39 degrees this morning. And our highs made it up into the 50s across the central portion of the state. Des Moines checked in at 52. Same thing at Ames. Fort Dodge at 48 and 50 for a high this afternoon in Ottumwa. The system of high pressure that has been sitting over our head since late Tuesday night will start to make its way out of our area as we move into Friday morning, but I still expect us to have some nice weather as we move into the end of the work and school week. But a new system of low pressure starts to move in our direction as we move into Friday night and Saturday morning. But it looks like it's mostly going to stay off to our north, even north of the Iowa-Minnesota border as we move through Saturday, which is where I expect to see the best chance of some showers. We could maybe see a pop-up shower or two in our area during the day, but it does not look all that likely based off of the latest run on the computer models. These showers could turn into a couple of thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday, but again, it's not looking all that likely at this point. Overnight tonight, we'll look for temperatures to drop into the 30s once again across central Iowa, with Des Moines at 35, Cedar Rapids at 30, and 35 degrees overnight in Ottumwa. In Ames, we'll look for mostly clear skies, and it's going to be cold once again, with our low dropping down to 31 degrees with winds out of the north right around 5 miles per hour. Friday looks fantastic as we jump back up into the 60s for many of us, with highs of 65 in Des Moines, 62 in Fort Dodge, and 56 in Mason City. We'll look for highs of 62 in Ames to end the week, with mostly sunny skies and winds out of the south-southeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday is looking even better, with expected highs right around 73 degrees, although it will be windy yet again before some of those thunderstorms could possibly work their way into the area Saturday night into Sunday. But otherwise, we will get back up into the 70s, and it looks like we will stay that way for a good part of the week. Monday back up to 70 degrees, 68 on Tuesday, 69 Wednesday. It's Wednesday and Thursday we are watching right now for a chance at our first chance, I should say, of severe weather here in Iowa moving into the spring season. So we will keep an eye on that and keep you up to date as that continues to evolve. But that's all I got for weather right now. Cody, back to you.
Death row inmate spoke of his wrongful conviction at Iowa State on Wednesday night. Carrie Max Cook was convicted of the rape and murder of 21-year-old Linda Jo Edwards in 1977. Cook spent more than 22 years in prison and went through 3 trials based on the false conviction, which stemmed from false eyewitness accounts and fraudulent evidence. Later, it was discovered that Edwards' roommate changed her testimony to make Cook appear responsible for the crime, and that a policeman lied about finding Cook's fingerprints on Edwards' door. While on death row, Cook obtained his GED and studied law and psychology to become his own lawyer. In 1999, Cook accepted a plea of no contest without admission of guilt. After Cook was freed, DNA testing proved that he did not commit the rape and murder of Edwards.
The Department of Management at Iowa State is requesting a change to the major. The change would include splitting the major into 2 separate categories, managerial leadership and entrepreneurship. The split stems from student requests to be able to focus on more specific aspects of the broader field. The decision to split the major will go through the College of Business and the university curriculum committees. Russell Laxniak, professor and chair of marketing, says he hopes this split will help students to match their skills with the skills they need to become successful within an organization or even to create their own.
You may have passed the new Iowa State building on Mortensen Road, but have you stepped inside? Chrissy Amaya has more on Iowa State's newest addition.
The Jeff and Deb Hansen Agriculture Student Learning Center is a new Iowa State building that stands broad and tall on Mortensen Road. The primary function of the center is to provide a teaching laboratory for animal science students to foster direct human-to-animal interactions. The center opened in January, but department chair and professor Maynard Hogberg said plans to create the structure have been in the works for years.
This is a building that was kind of dreamed about for quite a few years here at Iowa State University as a place, as a teaching laboratory really for a lot of our classes in animal science, where we have to interact with animals in a teaching laboratory, but also in a classroom setting. So we have a facility that allows them to go back and forth between the classroom and working with animals.
Jeff and Deb Hansen made the final generous donation. The $7 million center is 2 stories high with a 250 feet by 110 feet wide arena on the first floor. The center accommodates educational and business shows including cattle, swine, and horse. The arena floor can also be packed down and covered and used as a banquet hall that can serve up to about 1,000 people to serve for multiple functions, including a wedding reception.
So it's got a lot of different uses. People coming from out of town like to meet there because parking is much better than it is here on campus. It's easier to find parking, it's closer, and it's right, you can park right back next to the building.
For ISU TV, I'm Chrissy Amaya.
Guys, I actually got to take my jacket off today when I was walking around campus, so it was pretty nice to be able to bask in that sunshine in all its glory.
I run a little cold, so I had to keep the jacket on, but it was definitely nice. Han, did you just go jacket or no jacket?
I did go jacket. You know, after you know, that last weekend of maybe getting up to 70, I just couldn't take this cold.
Yeah, I agree.
Couldn't take it.
I agree.
I respect the no jacket decision, but at the same time, I feel like that you have to take advantage of these days when you get them. That's all we've got for tonight. Thanks for watching our edition of Newswatch 18.
Be sure to join us on Tuesday for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a great night.